What's going on? Welcome back to the vlog. Today I wanted to sit down in my chair here in the lair and I wanted to do something that's been circulating around internet in the teacher YouTuber sphere thingy. It's called the ITEACHTOO teacher tag, and it was started by a teacher YouTuber by the name of Too Cool for Middle School, and a few other teachers have done it, so I figured why not join in on the fun. It's a great way to get to know me if you're a new subscriber, or if this is your first time on my channel, you stumbled upon this video by seeing Real Rap with the Reynolds video or Pocket Full of Primaries video, and you're like, who is this fool with this blue hat? Well, you're gonna find out because I'm gonna tell you who this fool is. What's going on? I am Mr. Thain, also known as Kyle Thain. And let's get started. There are 10 questions, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll get to know me a little bit better. And stick around and subscribe and join me on my amazing ride that is life. Let's begin. Question number 1. What do you teach and where? Okay, so I teach kindergarten, and I teach in Ohio. I teach in Lima, Ohio, in the public school system. And since I teach kindergarten, I teach all of the subjects: writing, reading, math, social studies, science. I even got to teach some of those social skills from time to time. Got to teach them how to be people. Got to teach my kids how to be functioning members of society. So I enjoy that. A lot of fun is had. Teaching all the subjects can be overwhelming at times, but the key is to, you know what, if we don't get to science today, it's gonna be all right because there's a lot to cover. But I very much enjoy teaching kindergarten. I love teaching how to read. Like, how crazy is that? I'm responsible for a life, for a human person. I'm responsible for them to be able to read. Like, one of the primary functions of life. I gotta do that. So how long have you been teaching? I've been teaching for, this is gonna be my 6th year, all in kindergarten. And I got started right out of college. I packed my bags and I voyaged from Ohio to Illinois, where I started teaching in Chicago public schools, way deep in the South Side, in the heart of it all. Title I district, an urban Title I area, and I fell in love. I love teaching in the city. That's where I feel like I'm called to teach, in the low-income schools. I very much feel like I'm doing good work, and that's personally just I enjoy it, and that's where my passion, that's what I feel like I'm called. Yeah. Question number 3. Did you always want to be a teacher? Heck no, I did not always want to be a teacher. I actually used to make fun of my roommate in college, who is now my best friend, Nick. I used to make fun of him I was like, you're not gonna make any money, man. I was going into marketing. I wanted to be big bucks. I wanted to have nice suits, and I wanted, that whole spiel out. That whole scene. That's what I wanted. And actually, it wasn't really working for me. And I saw my roommate was always excited. It was always lesson planning and nerding out, right? And I was just kind of like intrigued. It wasn't until I actually took a tutoring job and I tutored at-risk kids and taught them and kind of worked with them on reading that it clicked for me. I'm like, wait a minute, I kind of like this. So I discovered it further by going and did some shadowing. I shadowed a relative of mine, an aunt who taught. I shadowed a few other people, and I realized, wow, I really like doing this. Like, I love this atmosphere. I love being in the classroom. I love helping kids. I love everything about it. So from that point on, I changed majors and never looked back. Question number 4. What is your typical teacher outfit of the day? Okay, so for me, I'm known for my bow ties and my suspenders and my crazy goofy socks and my colorful pants. This year I am gonna simplify a bit more. I've recently took a liking to a minimalist lifestyle. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be downsizing my wardrobe. The plan is I'm going to have a pair of navy pants, khaki pants, and gray pants. And I'm going to have a white, a navy, and a black maybe t-shirt or a button-up shirt. And I'm going to have a variety of bow ties and regular ties, socks and suspenders, mix and match, clean, light closet. That's what I'm going with. I personally, I try to dress professionally most days. Sometimes on Wednesdays, I'll wear a sweatshirt. Sometimes on Fridays, I'll wear a school t-shirt and khakis. But I try to dress to impress most of the time. I think it sends a powerful message to my kids. I am planning on doing a video this summer about men's fashion for teaching, because that can be kind of difficult for men to figure out what to wear. Do you always have to wear a tie? No, so I'm going to do a video about that. But I really enjoy the fashion aspect of it. Question number 5, what do you typically eat for lunch? If you've watched any of my vlogs before, especially my teaching vlogs that took place in the school year, you will know that I eat the same exact lunch every single day during the school year. As a teacher, I had to make so many decisions every day. What I'm having for lunch doesn't need to be one of those decisions. And I don't go eat in the teacher's lounge. I don't take a lunch break. I just eat on the run. So I have to have something that I don't have to warm up. I don't have to put in the refrigerator. So every single day for lunch, I have peanut butter and jelly sandwich, approximately 4 or 5 baby carrot sticks, and an apple. That is my lunch every day, never falters, never wavers. I make it the night before and ready to go. It's just too many decisions to make. I don't want to have to be like, oh, what am I having for lunches this week? And then, you know, it can get expensive, and school lunches, you know, are hit and miss. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it simple. Every single day, same lunch. I might make a video on that too, but I just gave you the tip right there. So question number 6, what is one of your favorite books about teaching? Okay, I don't have a whole lot of teaching books that I really enjoyed, but the one book, about the one to rule them all, if you will, Teach Like a Champion by Doug Lamont. That's like my teaching Bible. That's where most of my strategies and tips come from. That's where I got that's the one. Teach Like a Champion. If you never read another book in your life about teaching, that should be the book that you read. I highly recommend it. It's incredible. It gives very specific strategies, and then if you get the Kindle or the ebook edition, it actually has little videos to go with it. Also, I'm going to hit you with a little bit of shameless self-promotion. I am writing a book of my own, a teaching tip book, a field guide for new teachers, if you will. The goal is to have it pretty much done by the end of the summer. What I'm doing is I've got about getting close to 100 teaching tip videos on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be compiling all those into a book. I'm going to be inserting a little bit of humor, inserting a little bit of life stuff into the tips, and put that out as soon as I get that done. So be looking out for that sometime at the end of the summer or fall. Question number 7, what is one of your favorite teacher movies? Okay, my favorite teacher movie ever, the Ron Clark Story. I like that book, The Essential 55. That's another book that I highly recommend. But the Ron Clark Story was the story of Ron Clark, and I think he came from like North Carolina, and he went to like the Bronx or something, and there was this class that was failing, and it was crazy and out of control, and he turned it around and gave them some hope and really helped the kids there. And so that kind of really inspired me to be like, that's what I want to do. I want to go to the inner city, and I want to make a difference. Like that was my whole thing, is I want to make a difference for a community, for a child, for a group of children, and that kind of like inspired me to do that, and that's where I went to Chicago, and now that's why I'm in Lima. So that's definitely a good one. If you're needing a little bit of motivation and inspiration, the Ron Clark Story. Question number 8, who was your favorite teacher? Okay, I thought about this one for a while. There's one teacher that sticks out to me in my mind, and it was my 7th grade teacher. I had actually moved school districts in 7th grade. I know, probably one of the worst times to move, junior high. And I had an English teacher in 7th grade who I really connected with because her name was Mrs. Trippett, and she had a part of her English class that was creative writing. And that's when I discovered my love for writing short stories and really storytelling and just being creative and goofy and funny. And it really helped me break out of my shell, not just from moving to a new school, but just in general. Like, everybody loved my little short stories. I had everybody laughing, I had her laughing, and that's really when I came into my own. And I decided, wow, that's kind of gonna be who I am, what I do. Like, I'm gonna try to make people laugh. And she sort of inspired me to be myself. And I really wish I had some of those short stories. But anyway, yeah, my 7th grade teacher, she was my most inspirational teacher. And as far as all the other teachers, I didn't have any bad teachers or anything, but I didn't have any teachers that truly inspired me besides her. So I just wanted to always be a teacher. I wanted to be the teacher that I wanted. So that was kind of one of the things that I set out to do, is I want to be that teacher that everyone's like, oh, I want to get Mr. Thain. So that's kind of what I set out to do. Question number 9. Who are some of your favorite teacher YouTubers, Instagrammers, Snapchatters, etc., etc.? This one was difficult for me because I've been part of this YouTube game for almost a year now. And when I first started it, the teaching YouTube community wasn't as big as it is now. There's a ton of teacher YouTubers on YouTube now. So I can't possibly name them all. It would be impossible. I am going to say a few, but before I say that, if I don't say your name, if I don't shout you out, give you any love on the video, it's not because I don't like you or don't follow you, it's just I can't do everybody. So here's what I want you to do. Here, I'm going to give you an opportunity. If you are a teacher YouTuber that's watching this, comment down below what your channel is about and why people should come check you out. Don't leave a link, because if you leave a link, it'll get marked as spam. But just tell people a little bit about yourself, and so people can look in the comments and check your channel out and subscribe to you if they want to. So that's a way to sort of spread it out and get as many people in there as possible. But I know you already know some of the bigger YouTubers that everybody knows, like Pocketful of Primary and The Lettered Classroom, but I wanted to shout out a few smaller YouTube channels that I watch that you may not know about. The first one I want to talk about is the YouTube channel Aaron's Hobbies Presents. Now, this is another male kindergarten teacher, so I quickly connected with him, and he does, during the school year, he does a lot of teaching stuff. And then right now, he's traveling all over the world, so he's doing travel videos. So he does more vlog type stuff, kind of like I do with my daily vlog. But he's doing some really cool stuff on his channel. And another person you might not know about is from across the pond in England. His name is Starbuck Education, and he does a lot of teaching tip videos. And he was one of the first teacher YouTubers that I connected with way back eons ago when I first started YouTube. He's still quite small as far as subscribers go, but he's got a lot of great videos on his channel. So if you guys want to give those two people some love, go over their channels and check them out. And like I said, if you're a teacher YouTuber and you want to drop a comment down below and say why people should come check you out, and they can check you out. I know I left a lot of people out, I'm sorry, but there's too many people to list, too many great. If you I probably subscribe to you. If you're out there, I probably subscribe to you. Question number 10. What are some of your best classroom management tips? Well, I'm going to hit you with another shameless self-promotion on my channel. If you go to my channel page, you will see a playlist called Teaching Tips. And I'm almost at that 100 video mark in that playlist, where I talk about all of my best classroom management tips, all kinds of teaching tips and strategies. So if you want to go check those out, they're there. But I'm going to give you one right now. My favorite classroom management tip has got to be narrating. Essentially what narrating is, it's saying what's going on in your classroom without adding any sort of praise to it at all. It's literally just saying what's going on. Billy stood up and he tucked in his chair. Cynthia raised a quiet hand before she asked a question. I see the blue table sitting with their tummies tucked in and their pencils moving. That lets me know they're on track. It's just saying what's going on. It's part of the behavior management cycle where before you do anything, you state your expectations, and then you narrate kids who are following your expectations, and then you correct students who are not meeting your expectations. It's all in this cycle. But narrating is my favorite tip because it's preventative, and it keeps the positive energy up in your classroom, and that's a good preventative classroom management strategy to keep your classroom in order. Oh, and I guess there's a question 11. Bonus! What is one reason you decided to become a teacher? So, when I did my experience, and I kind of shadowed some different people, and I saw the teachers teaching with passion and enthusiasm, and I saw the impact that they could have, and that was when I really was like, you know what? I do want to do this. Who cares about making a ton of money? I want to do something that's meaningful. Like I want to feel every day like I'm doing something that's worth something and I can be proud of, and that I'm helping somebody and I'm bringing good into the world. And And I really liked the idea of like having my own classroom and teaching my own way and I really thought that going in elementary, I could be a positive male role model and that I could instill some of the values that my father instilled in me. And I really thought that I could be a big help, and so that's what I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to mold the future of humankind, right? Like I wanted to make a big difference. So there you have it. That's my teacher tag, my hashtag ITEACHTOO teacher tag video. I'm gonna link some other videos in the description from some other teachers who did the same tag, so you can go check theirs out also. If you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like. It would really help me out. And if you're new to this channel and you've made it this far through the video, I would love to have you subscribe and become a part of my community. I post every single day. I do a daily vlog where you get to meet my wife and my cat and my family, just about life, teaching, and marriage in general, and being positive in today's world. And I do teaching tip videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I have a Tuesday series where it's real talk, where I take each week I take an issue in education and we talk about it. And we just talk about something that's real. And then on Thursdays, I do a video series where, with my friend Nick, who teaches 4th grade, annoying things students do, and it's just our like fun comedy sketch series of the week. So a lot of content for you to enjoy. I'd love to have you become part of the community. And I'm gonna sign off like I always sign off. Find your gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.